Hi everyone, Diana Alt here for another episode of Tip Tuesday. Today we're going to talk about red flags in a job description. After all, if you can define the red flags before you even hit apply, you can save yourself some aggravation. So the first red flag I want to talk about is pay ranges. So specifically, pay ranges that do not match market rate ranges for the role and duties. There are two ways this can show up. The first is that the range is way too low. So I see this a lot with marketing roles in particular and operational roles. People will be asked to basically be the COO, but it's for a really, really low rate. And what that shows is that the company doesn't actually understand what they want or what that, subject area is about, and that they're not going to value it. So I would run, not walk away from that. Another thing is that sometimes the rate is way too high. You don't see this nearly as much, but you see it occasionally. And what's going on with that a lot of times is that the company is toxic and has really super high turnover and finds that the only way that they can get anyone to come through the door and work for them is to overpay. So be on the lookout for pay ranges that are not quite right. Second thing I want you to look for is lack of clarity in the job posting, specifically around the duties. One way this shows up a lot is that you have everything from like the vice presidential level of owning strategy down to really, really tactical fine details, all within the same job description. Unless you're dealing with very, very specialized situations with startup companies where they might only have, say, a marketing department of one, it does not make sense for most people to apply for a job that has that big of a range in the duties. And usually it's a recipe for a lack of clarity. Now, I wouldn't necessarily say don't apply, but I would ask a lot of questions about what's going on when you see that particular scenario. The last thing I want to talk about is that you can't really find any information about the company that's doing the hiring. Sometimes you'll see that the final company is not listed in a job posting because they're using a third-party recruiter for their hiring, and that's okay. But you want to be able to find legit information about that third-party recruiting company if the actual employer is not listed on there. Sometimes when you see weirdness around this, like not very much info, no way to look them up online, nothing independent you can verify, it's a signal of a scam. Scammers in the job search world have gotten really sophisticated, and this is one way that you can get tipped off to it. I hope this helps you out, and I thank you for watching this week's Tip Tuesday. I look forward to seeing you next time.